The retail apocalypse is coming, and this time it's not you who's going to get affected. This time, it's going to be your very dear retailers. Yes, the majority of your childhood memories and tastes will fade this year, and here we are with 10 of them today. Number 10, Claire's. Claire's is one of the stores that are about to go out of business in 2023, and I'm not surprised. I mean, have you seen the recent reports? Apparently, Claire's makeup products were found to have asbestos in them. Can you believe it? Asbestos, the cancer-causing substance, is a makeup product that is targeted towards teen and tween girls. Now, you might be thinking that it's just a minor issue and Claire's can easily recover from it, right? Wrong. The fact is that Claire's was already struggling to keep up with their changing market. More and more young people are shopping online and not hanging out at the mall. And with the pandemic forcing people to stay home and shop online, Claire's was already on shaky ground. And then the asbestos issue came up. It was like a final nail in the coffin for Claire's. The company was already loaded with debt, and bankruptcy reorganization was the only way out. They are expected to shave off $1.9 billion worth of debt from their books, which is a huge amount. But still, 92 stores will have to be slated for shuttering. That's a lot of people losing their jobs and a lot of stores closing down. Number 9, True Religion Apparel. These guys might be joining the line of youth-oriented retailers that are about to shut down. I know, it's crazy, but hear me out. There's more to it than just their fashion line. You see, it's all about the mindset of their target demographic. The younger generation is known to be quite fickle, swayed by peers, and always following the crowd. And with so many retail options available, it's becoming harder and harder for companies to keep up. That's why True Religion Apparel, along with other companies like The Limited, Aeropostale, and Pacific Sunwear, have already filed for bankruptcy. Now, you might think that filing for bankruptcy is just a small hiccup in the business world, but let me tell you, it's not. True Religion Apparel has already filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in the past, and while it did come out of it in 2017, there's no guarantee that it'll fare better this time around. Sure, they've managed to cut down their debt by a lot, but the reality is they're still struggling. The thing is, the era of expensive jeans might be coming to an end. With more and more people opting for affordable and sustainable clothing options, it's becoming increasingly difficult for companies to keep up. And while True Religion Apparel might have a loyal customer base, it might not be enough to save them from going under. It's a sad reality, but it's the truth. Just like Rue 21, Bon-Ton, and PacSun, True Religion Apparel might be saying goodbye to us soon. And it's not just a loss for them, it's a loss for us too. We'll be losing yet another iconic brand that has been part of our lives for so long. Number 8, Staples, Office Depot. It all started in 2012 when Amazon launched its B2B website aimed to office-centric organizations. This move proved to be a game changer and put the already struggling industry in a vulnerable position. It's not just the competition, but the nature of the office supply business itself that's posing a challenge for these stores. Think about it. If you need a stapler, you know what you need, and you can buy it online. You don't need to see it in person or try it on. The same goes for paper, pens, or any other office supplies. This is where the problem lies for Staples and Office Depot. The need to see or feel the product is no longer necessary, and that's bad news for their physical stores. Number 7, Radio Shack. Yes, one of our favorite electronic stores is on the verge of closing down, and only a handful of stores will remain operational, which is quite shocking considering the fact that it used to be a household name back in the day. You see, back in the mid-2017s, there were only 500 dealer-owned stores and around 70 company-owned stores left. That's a drastic reduction from the peak of 7,300 stores in its heyday. Well, as we all know, Amazon came along and changed the game. However, Radio Shack's downfall wasn't just due to the emergence of e-commerce. The world has changed a lot since Radio Shack's heyday. Technology has evolved so much that electronics rarely fail these days, and if they do, they're cheap enough to be replaced rather than be repaired. That's a major blow to the store like Radio Shack, which used to specialize in selling electronic components and parts. Moreover, Radio Shack's unique selection of goods has become a thing of the past. Many of the same products that Radio Shack used to sell are now available at nearby Walmart stores. I get it, right? Number 6, GNC. Now, General Nutrition Centers was once the ultimate destination for all your health and diet supplement needs. But now, it looks like GNC may be one of the shops that are about to close down in 2023. With the rise of the internet, GNC's popularity has been dwindling. More and more competitors are emerging, offering cheaper and better choices. This has made GNC stores look obsolete, causing a huge decline in the company's profits and sales over the years. Despite trying to buy itself some time, GNC's future still looks grim. Earlier this year, the company extended a team loan facility and brought in new major shareholder, Harbin Pharmaceutical. However, there's no guarantee that these moves will make GNC any more competitive. Number 5, Abercrombie & Fitch. Turns out that Abercrombie has been struggling for years now, with expensive labels falling out of fashion and some distasteful comments made by their former CEO. And while they had a surprisingly solid fourth quarter, growing same-store sales by 5% year over year, it doesn't mean they found a permanent solution. In fact, they're still retreating when it comes to their retail footprint. They closed around 40 store locations in 2017 and have indicated that they'll close as many as 60 U.S. stores in 2018 through expiring leases while adding 11 U.S. full-price stores locations. That's a significant number of closures, and it's not looking good for the future of the brand. Sure, one good quarter is great, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the company is on a new and improved trajectory. The real test is whether they can repeat that growth going forward, and there are doubts that they'll be able to do so. Number 4. Bon-Ton stores. Bon-Ton stores, like Route 21, is in the midst of bankruptcy process after filing for Chapter 11 in early February. However, unlike Route 21, Bon-Ton isn't willing to let go of a few liabilities to restructure its business. Instead, it's planning to close 47 out of its 260 stores. And the creditors' committee thinks that it could close down even more stores, maybe up to 175. The company is looking for someone to take over its standalone business, and an offer is expected. But is it really worth investing in a company that's already drowning in liabilities and is unable to keep up with the changing times? Well, analysts don't think so. Neil Saunders, managing director of Global Data Retail, stated that Bon-Ton's management put in great effort to make the business sustainable, but they're always running up and down escalators. Number 3. J. Crew. Y'all remember J. Crew, right? The store that once made us feel like the most stylish people in the room? I mean, it's not really surprising when you think about it. J. Crew used to be the brand for classic, simple fashion. But lately, their looks have been a little directionless, to put it nicely. Even the New York Times said so. And when you combine that with 11 quarters of declining sales, it's not looking too good for them. It's not just a few stores either. They've already announced that they're closing 39 locations this year. That's a pretty big hit, and it makes you wonder if more stores will follow suit. Of course, J. Crew still has a few hundred stores left, but the fact that they've even considering closing so many is a sign that something's not working. And even though they managed to avoid bankruptcy with a debt swap last year, that doesn't mean they're out of the woods yet. Number 2. Nine West. You see, back in January 2018, rumors started swirling that Nine West was considering filing for bankruptcy. Although nothing has happened yet, it's only a matter of time. You see, the company has $1.5 billion worth of debt on its books, and they need to refinance $1 billion of that debt next year. That's a lot of money to come up with, especially for a business that's already struggling. And speaking of struggling, Nine West has been in trouble for years. They used to have 227 stores a decade ago, but now they're down to just 25. That is a massive decline in such a short period of time. While the brand is still available through department store partners, their own stores are on their last leg. Finally, number 1, Route 21. As we mentioned before, this teen retailer has been around for quite some time now, and it's about to close down soon. You see, back in 2017, Route 21 filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, which is a fancy way of saying that they were broke. But get this, it wasn't because they were in dire straits. It was simply a preemptive move to regenerate terms with their suppliers. It's like asking your boss for a raise before things get too tight. According to Route 21 themselves, the reason for their downfall was the evolution of customer taste. In other words, people just aren't into their stuff anymore. And if you think about it, it's true. Fashion and shopping have changed so much over the years, and Route 21 just can't keep up. And as if things weren't bad enough, Route 21 came out of bankruptcy with 420 fewer stores. That's more than a third of their stores gone, leaving them with only 758 stores. Anyway, we come to the end of our list. Well, it's truly sad to think that some of our favorite retail chains may soon be a thing of the past, but it's also a reality we can't ignore. As consumers, we have a lot of power in shaping the retail landscape. Our shopping habits and preferences can make or break a business, so it's important to be mindful of where we spend our money. So before you head out on your next shopping spree, take a moment to consider the impact of your choices. Are you supporting local businesses? Are you investing in sustainable products? These small decisions can make a big difference in the long run. Anyway, do drop your views in the comment section below. We'll meet again with another episode. Until then, stay tuned.